Good morning, everyone. The last couple of days here at this place, been ordered by the r.c.m.p. to go home to my town, as this town is totally freaking out at me. So what we got here is people were calling me all kinds of names at Walmart because I was loading my films there because my bill cycle ended on this phone. So I had to go to a Wi-Fi point to load my films. So the people of Edson, because they're watching my channel, were making up all kinds of stuff about me and calling the r.c.m.p. And the r.c.m.p. are actually, I'm the crown. So they came and found me where I was and was very nice and put out my campfire where I was sitting and told me that they had said all these things. That they didn't want me in jail. They didn't want me in their cell block. And they didn't want me in trouble and to just stay away from everyone until I leave. So they ordered me to go home to Kelowna and stay away from Alberta because they're not what they thought they were. So before I leave Alberta, I just wanted to let you know that the Christian churches here don't believe the same way I do. So I am a... Let's just start. I'm a 15-year veteran of missionary work from Kelowna, BC. But you see here, I was actually saved in prison by the prison staff in 1994. I took this Bible study course through the prison chaplain, Gospel Echoes team certification. See here, this is a certification that Daniel Ackerman has successfully completed the series of 8 series by Home Bible Study. Gone this 16th day of November 1994. And it says right here, okay? It says, stand to show thou approved unto God as a workman of neither not be ashamed, might during the... You see, I'm actually a bona fide workman of God. And there's the lady there who and the man who certified me. Now, for those of you that don't know me very well, I'm a very trained missionary, and I'm also a just 2 down. 2 of these certificates are down. I have to do 2 more, and I'm a peer-to-peer counselor for people who are on mental health or so I get paid to counsel people. Your recovery certificate of participation of mental health, individual and family support. So I'm like a support worker. So I can actually talk to you when you have a problem and help you. And you see here, have successful participation in model of your recovery journey. Wish you were very successful in your future plans. So that was the first one I did. And then this was the second one I did called Bridges. And this one here is Bridges, the Journey of Hope by Daniel Ackerman. See, and this is actually all through the Schizophrenia Society of Kelowna. I'm actually a peer-to-peer counselor for their CMHA there, and I use it in my missionary work when I was there. So I was a missionary, a world-renowned missionary, for about 16 years before I actually came to Alberta. This is me working with the Prime Minister, being his missionary. So he's certified. Office of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister knows my name. You see, and he knows me quite well. This is from his office, thanking me for. You read it yourself. I'll slowly bring it across. You read it yourself. This is me trying to teach Trudeau about Jesus. I sent him all sorts of our daily breads and stuff. And this was his thank you from his office. State government of Canada. People around the world know me for my missionary work. Town of Edson, they didn't know that. And these are all like personal psychology certificates. I have tons and tons of them because I took self-help in prison. So let's see. Now, as a missionary, there are many different types of Bibles, but this Bible we're going to get to. So these are all my leftovers. You see, I give away Bibles as a missionary. I usually buy them at that price or that price unless I get a deal. And I give them away for free. So these were all ones I was supposed to give to the town of Edson for free. The people that hadn't when I got here, but everything went sideways. The town went nuts. So there you go. And this one was for Jory Tenderman. I bought it with Cathy, and it's a very expensive Bible. I think the total cost is on here somewhere. This is just for the gold leaf right here alone. The gold leaf on here was $24.99 to get his name in gold, to welcome as a young man and husband to be to Haley Purog. And that didn't turn out. He wouldn't even pick it up. So there you go. Family just fell right apart. So I went to the Baptist church, and the guy like chases me down. Like, there was this girl I liked who was at the Baptist church, and she was a dencurist, and I thought she was really, really pretty, and I thought, wow, maybe I'll make a friend there, and we'll see where that goes. But that, she worked over at the dencurist office over here in Edson, but I don't think that worked out so well. So that guy was sitting next to her. I guess he wanted to look like her big hero and track me down and see if he could drag me to church. But his church doesn't believe in Revelations, in Daniel, in the Antichrist, the New World Order, or the one world government of the end times, right? And he doesn't believe in the beast. He doesn't believe in any of that. And when I offered him to join the resistance and against all that, he buckled down, called the police, showed them everything. And my officer came to me and told me, he said, Danny, do you know what that guy did? He told me all this stuff. I said, like, you didn't break the law, and I know there's no guns in there, but he told me all this stuff, so you can't tell him that stuff, because that guy will just get you in trouble. So don't show people stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, because the officer was unaware what I was actually saying is true. And I love my officers. I love them all because I'm the crown, and if I was official, they'd work for me. So this is a very special Bible on that. It's called the Jack Vanapee Prophecy Bible, new 3rd edition, prophecy verses, highlighted and identified, the King James Version. So we'll open this puppy up. This thing I've already been through a million times, because I used it already online. See, there's another bit. See, he doesn't believe in the Antichrist. You see, who and what is the Antichrist, and who is this one by? I'm not sure, but there's just some other religious material on the Antichrist. See, a lot of officers are unaware, and I learned the Bible from them. Here, just I'll hold that steady so you can read that. There you go. So this Bible here, this is a codex card. See, the complete guide to everything prophecy versus the Bible, and the rapture, the tribulation, the second coming, and much more, by Dr. Jack Vanapee. So it's a very interesting Bible. Cathy, actually, I wanted it really bad, and when Cathy was on my side, and I think maybe she was just being nice before she turned me in, but she bought me this Bible for my birthday, and I was very happy with it. See, there's all of the codes in Genesis. See, and all those are codes. So T is for tribulation, S is for second coming, last days, LD. You see? And this is just to make it easy for someone to do a Bible study on it. It's very interesting how that all works, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to close this up, and I'm going to show you the Bible now. This is an amazing Bible by Jack Vanapee, and his wife, Rexella, still sells them if you want to get one. Okay, I'm going to take this one home to Kelowna, because this is my personal one. I don't want to lose it. But Cathy gave it to me a long time ago. See right here, look. Jack Vanapee Prophecy Bible, King James Red Letter Edition. You see? Now, when I did missionary work for 15 years. See if it's got... Oh, here we go. Now you can just order this Bible if you want one. I think at the same websites. I'm just going to put it over here. There's some websites here where you can go to, like Jack Vanapee Presents. Now, Rexella is a very nice lady and very pretty older lady. I like her. Let's see. See right here. Can you see that? That's one of their sites. And you can, Windsor, Ontario, you can order it through there. And there's another www.jackvanapee.com. And see right here? Has all this right here. It's a very beautiful Bible. It was very expensive. I think it was like $75-$80. I'm keeping it because it's mine. You see, So that is all on the end times and the New World Order, the coming antichrist one world government, and also has the beast system, like with the mark of the beast, where you won't even be able to buy or sell without the mark on, or the computer chip in your hand, or however that goes. But once you receive that, you can't turn back. So yeah, and this is just a separate booklet all about the Antichrist. You see that church is the Baptist church is incorrect in what it teaches. This is correct from Jack Vanapee about the end times and the one world government and one world religion and all that sort of stuff. So now you see what the argument was about. I think it was more about the girl, because she's so damn cute and pretty that he wanted to impress her, that he would drag me in. But when he bit into me, he bit into the resistance and couldn't handle it. But my officers were very kind and told me what he said. So I'm going to show you here. Like, I learned the Bible in prison. See, these are from the prison pastor, you see. Gospel Echoes team, right? So you look here, see where it came from. Look, see, and all you big red machine, you can still get these in prison if you want to learn the Bible. If you go to the cage, man, or you go to Club Fed, you can still get these and learn the Bible just like me, even if the church doesn't accept you. You just want to know the Bible. And if you just want to talk to them, they still have some. These are their addresses out of Saskatoon. These were the people that, see the Gospel Echoes team. These are the people that actually graded all my papers and made me into the missionary I am today, that I have been for 16 years. I'm just going home now. I'm probably not doing it anymore, because it's just, I get chased out of town, like, by the right wing Alberta. That's not even really right wing. So look here. Right here, this right here, see? This is where I learned it from. This is the actual kit that I learned. You see all those different books of the Bible and all the different ways of being Christian and all that. You see, so I understand, right? I understand. I learned in a jail because, man, I wanted to know. They told me that the churches told me that I didn't know nothing about Christianity and that I should just stay away. For all you LGBT people out there, because this is going in the LGBT groups, because I know a lot of my women are bisexual, and I know it's a sin in God's eyes, but God forgives every sin at the end of the day if we ask for it, even murder. So this is what I'm going to tell you now. So all these Bibles, right, I'm going to have to leave behind, except for like the ones I'm taking home. This one to start, and there's very few I'm taking home because I have to leave to Kelowna now. I'm ordered to go home by the Crown. Hopefully Kelly and I will just make peace and be friends, and or at least talk and say hello and pass in the hallway without hurting each other. So here we go. Now you're gonna learn something new. You see, the church is next. We're selecting me to work with the Masons Hall and learn their and become their missionary. But I've been a missionary to them online on my Facebook, and a missionary to to every single group, from the Hells Angels to Illuminati to secret organizations that you wouldn't even believe existed, and some of the ones that still exist today, like the Knights Templar and things like that. So we're going to move on to this Bible now. This is my father's Bible. So this Bible here, this is my father's Mason Bible from 1881. It's printed on a rocking arm press in 1881 with a real leather cover, and this is all real gold. So I'm going to move on to here. You see, these are the candlesticks, right? So the eye, or the pyramid at the top. So at the top of the Mason's chain, like you have the stack of the pyramid, and you start at the bottom as a seeker, and you work your way up to the 33rd degree Mason if you can make it that high, if they choose you that high. So I'm going to explain a little bit. So this is the pyramid here at the top. So this is the top of the Mason's Hall, and this is someone using Christianity, see? But right here, that's the eye of Lucifer, okay? Because once you reach the 33rd degree, when Albert Pike was alive, when you read Morals and Dogma, of his books. You should look it up. Morals and Dogma. Was a 33rd degree Mason, and he also was a secret Mason king. And he's a wonderful man, but he was also a gray coat from the South, and a Confederate general. He was a Confederate general. So he was a devout Luciferian, and he became king of the Masons Hall and then of the Illuminati eye. So what we have here is the light, the eye of Lucifer. But then when you get down here and you start looking at all these rays, those are the 33rd degrees rays of light of Lucifer. You come in as a seeker, and in the end you become a worshiper of Lucifer. So it's very old Bible. Right here I'll show you. There's my father, Bernard Lyle Ackerman. And very old Bible. So you see that this is a Christian King James New Testament Bible. But on the cover in 1881 was the eye of Lucifer and the 33rd degrees of light of Lucifer. See the way they dressed in the 1800s? Very old, eh? Here we go. These are the people that presented it to my dad as a gift from the Masons Hall. This is when my Uncle Daniel died in the Tet Offensive in Vietnam in 1968. He was on the way home and he got jumped and they killed him in the Tet Offensive. So yeah, this is a very old King James Bible, but it's actually a Luciferian book on the surface. People just carried what looked like a Bible to church because they were hiding it in plain sight, right? So now let's get to deal with what you people are all dealing with today. How many people here go to like the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Mormons and go to them both, or go to like and try to figure out which one of these damn things is actually Christian, right? Which one is actually helping me to learn about God, right? Now I'm only going to do this for you because, you know, I'm going to try to retire now from all of this, because not necessarily everything, but from the working as a missionary, because I never got paid for this job, and it's very, very thankless. And I did this. I worked with as a missionary. I worked with homeless people and drug addicts in the streets of Kelowna for 15 years with no financial support from any of the churches. They never helped me, so I had to pay for it all myself. Some days I just give out hugs to drug addicts in the street, and bottles of water and stuff to help them get by, and all kinds of Christian little booklets. Here's a leftover booklet, you see, from that when I used to hand them out to the homeless. This little booklet here. See, I'll go have a look at that in a minute, because I think that's one of my last ones left. So here we go, the contents, you see. So let's see, contents, acknowledgements, kingdom of the cults. So each one of these groups in here is a cult. They're not truly Christian. So kingdom of the cults, the psychological structure of cultism, Jehovah's Witnesses. So, you know, I love Jehovah's Witnesses. I've grown up with them all my life, and I just love to kiss them on the head and hug them, because they're like uncle and auntie to me, like Uncle Don and all that, right, from Winfield and stuff. But it is a cult, see, and this is not true Christianity. So what they did is they had a meeting, the Masons Hall, and you see, they were trying to bring in the light of Lucifer to the world. So the world in the end would worship Lucifer and follow Lucifer. So what's planned is a world Luciferian government. But they have to bring in 3 world wars. So they've had 2. There's a 3rd one to come. And then other little wars along the way, you see? And that is so that you will fight amongst each other. And you will fight to exhaustion until you beg for the light of Lucifer to rule the world. Now, all my friends, you know, they call me Lucifer, the light bearer from work, when I worked alongside military people secretly. Let's see, so what we got here? See, we're going to go here. So we got Jehovah's Witness, Christian Science. So the Masons made all these fake churches just to confuse the masses away from Jesus, because they wanted them to follow Lucifer. So each one of these fake churches was made by them. So the kingdom of the cults. And we got Jehovah's Witnesses, Christian Science, Mormonism, the Latter-day Saints, spiritualism, and the cult of antiquitism, the Theological Society, Buddhism, Buddha Fifth. So almost all of these were made by them to confuse you from actually finding God. You go all the way down here in Islam, that's actually called. So you see, they were created with a purpose to confuse you away from the actual light of God's face. Because when you read any one of these study Bibles that I have here, see, I prefer this over a lot of Bibles. I would rather read this. This is a perfectly good Bible. This is the one I gave my grandma. See right here, I gave my grandma a new Bible before she died, and this is the Bible I gave her, and then she passed away. But because my grandma was a ordained Christian Pentecostal minister, right? So this is it. You see, the churches around you are all corrupt, and they're all not what you think they are. And I'm telling you, as a qualified, bona fide missionary from the prison pastor with a sheet that says right here, workman of God, I have a license to do it. And you see here, people are like, oh, he says he's this, he says he's that. You see, I got accepted as this because my great grandpa is Sir Max Kennedy Horton, Joint Chief of Command of the Western Approach of Canada. So I got to join the Legion in Kelowna, where I'm heading back to 26. Hopefully I'm not in too much trouble with the boys when I get there. Sometimes I get in trouble. But anyways, yeah, and the girls. Hi everybody. I'll be home soon. But yeah, so yeah, you see, everything around you isn't what you think it is. The whole world around you is false. It's not necessarily true. If you come right out of everything around you, like, look at the money, it's made of plastic, right? So this is one of the ones I used to hand out to drug addicts, the love of Jesus, and I would give this to them and put them in the washrooms where they would do like fentanyl and crystal meth. This one I got from somewhere. I like to use our daily bread because they were free, but this was a good one, so I used that. You see, I'll let you read it. I'm not doing this anymore because, you know what? I have never had a whole town of churches turn on a missionary like this, because Leonard Mugford and Cathy Brushett got 2.8.35 with 6 zeros on the end. And everybody thought, what a good thing. Let's just get in on that. You see? So there you go. I've been a missionary to Bill Clinton, to kings around the world, queens. The royal families of earth know my name. I go out with Queen Leona of Spain on the internet. I was her missionary first for years, and her family missionary, and she loves me. At least, you know, I hope she does still. She's a long time at sea now. But you see, I'm just leaving now. I'm ordered just to go home and leave, and give up the town, because the town is so against me for telling the truth of what I saw and things with Leonard Mugford and Cathy, that they've gone to the campground where I was staying, and over 40 of them demanded that I be kicked out of the campground of where I was staying, and they were trying to call me a predator when I'm not. There is my cat. That's my love of my life, my squeaky. And I think that really, I'm really ashamed, Cathy, that you went this way after all the years of loyal friendship and service that I had for you. And you do realize that I did love you, but I can clearly see that you never really loved me, and you were not my friend, and you turned me in for money. It's very obvious. The r.c.m.p. know, and so does my lawyers. All of my lawyers know about the money, Cathy. Yeah. All of my lawyers know. But I'm just ordered to go home now. So I wanted to share that with you all today, that this town has literally chased a bona fide Christian missionary of 16 years out of every church here and called my way of Christianity a lie, and that only their way was the way to go. They reported me for these gun cases to the police, and the police have already searched them. And to be honest, it's just movie magic. There's not a gun in there right now because the gun's gone. The cops have already been here and seized like everything. So, see, look at this one. He reported this one too to my officer from the Baptist church in Edson. He phoned the police on me when I offered him to join. See, it's just empty. There's nothing in there. See? But yeah, the r.c.m.p. know about these cases. They know all about that because this is a Legion house, and sometimes there are cases in a Legion house, and sometimes there are things in it you're not supposed to know about. And you're not supposed to tell on. You're supposed to shut your mouth because whatever's in a Legion member's house, maybe that's there for a reason, right? Maybe that's there to keep your life safe. Because maybe those people are the police and military, and you shouldn't go looking in cases in their houses. You understand? Legion members are the police and military. You shouldn't go looking in their cases in their houses. So there you have it. The Baptist Church of Edson is completely fake. It actually doesn't even follow the basic rules of Christianity. The officer that questioned me didn't know that, and he's a nice young man, and he thought that man was being kind, but really he was just misleading him away from the light of God's face. You see, when you read the Bible, and when you read the Bible, and start reading in Revelations and Daniel, which is where you find out about the end times world government and the antichrist, and the beast system and all that to come. You learn about God's face. You see, it tells you about the throne room of heaven. Don't it look terrible? Yeah, it tells you about the throne room of heaven, and the heaven. There's a pit there in the center that goes straight to the pit of hell, and all the clouds are sucked into the pit. But there are angels all around heaven, and some with eyes all about in every direction. There are creatures in heaven that are supernatural that you just wouldn't understand. You wouldn't believe even existed. And with my Bible studies, it was very thorough, this Bible study. You can see I learned everything, even the Christian way in marriage, because I was so curious. I wanted to know, because people told me, you don't know nothing, because I just used to read tarot cards and stuff, and I had one grandma that was a witch and one grandma that was Christian, right? So yeah, this is it. So they kicked me out of this apartment, then they kicked me out of the campground, and now they're throwing me out of town. Like, oh my God. So I have to leave. I'm not supposed to say how I'm going to leave, but I'm just going to leave. And that's it. So Edson actually chased me out of town, charged me, attacked me, collected money on my life from the New World Order somewhere. No one's sure yet, but the lawyers are working on freezing everyone's bank accounts. So that's all. My lawyer, Barbara Doker, and the Disability Law Group. We'll see if the Disability Law Group will take the case, because if they do, we're suing every freaking buddy, because I am 85% handicapped, and I've been physically assaulted, chased out of town, mocked, called names, because of breaking up with my ex. We just broke up, people. You know what? If she wanted money, I might have just gave it to her anyway, because she's so sick. But this is absolutely unnecessary. I mean, breaking my nose, charging the crown, trying to put me on probation. They're going to see through all this with my lawyers, and this is not going to go over very well. So just so get this, once it all gets straightened out here, this is not going to go over very well. And this is going to go on the internet. This is going to go all around the world, Edson. Okay? People are going to see that you did this to a qualified missionary. Okay, I've been on a break for about 3 or 4 months, but I haven't actually, I haven't had sex in 17 years, and I've had people call me a pervert from their windows and stuff because of her collecting. in this town trying to mark me one. But man, I haven't even had sex in 17 years, to be honest, because I was with that woman and she said she had Crohn's and IBS and was too sick for sex, and I loved her, so I didn't have sex, man. I was loyal as a puppy dog. I don't know. So now I'm gonna go home and hopefully I can make a really good peace if they let me with my ex, Kelly. And see, look here. This is another Bible. I have so many that were. This is a John MacArthur study Bible. This Cathy bought me last Christmas when her family did, and I had a nervous breakdown from having a fight with Haley Pirog and over her boyfriend, and I just snapped. I had a total nervous breakdown, and I should have been in the hospital, but her family didn't care. They didn't love me anyway. You can't make anyone love you. You can be the most wonderful person in the world. Okay? Everybody out there who's a super nice person, I'm a super nice person too most of the time. But people push me till I just fucking explode, right? So, just so you know, right? So, you just remember this, people who are super nice, that this town did this to me. Remember this, Alex Jones, that they chased out an info warrior since 2003 that's worked alongside you, that you write thank you letters to and send in Gmail. Someone you talk to on the show regularly has been chased out of a town for telling the truth about things. And for talking, I didn't even really talk about God since I've been here. I've handed out a few little booklets here and there, but to be honest, Alex, this is over them turning me in for money. And with Leonard Mugford and Cathy Brushett, and the r.c.m.p. know the money's there, and then but we'll see what happens, right? So I gotta put Squeaky in a cage and fly him to Kelowna to live in the bush for a while because I don't have money for a house yet. But that's just it, people. All the way here to take care of that lady, and I came here to help out with the right wing and all that. And you know what I got? I got kicked in the teeth. That's what I got. I got kicked in the teeth by Edson. I got kicked in the teeth by Alberta. After all my years, Alex. Look at that. All the years we worked together and all the shit we went through. All the stuff we shared. Like, we were, you and I, man, like I shared with you and talked with you when we were doing Too Big Stop the Steal. All that stuff. Remember that? Remember the march? Remember that lady got shot in the head? And we were like, oh my God. Remember when you rented all the porta potties and that cost like, what was that, like $500,000 for all the porta potties or something, or $200,000 just for Stop the Steal alone? Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah. So that's what he did. He reported empty gun cases to the police and said I showed him weapons, Alex. They're just empty. Watch, I'll just get the key. You see, there's no gun in it. I just used it as movie magic for now. I can get guns. I mean, who can't? They're available everywhere you go on the street. Right? If you know someone, you can get one. Look at this. You see? He reported these cases to the r.c.m.p, Alex. Can you imagine that? And this was just a bit of movie magic. Because I don't have a gun right now. But I did and I got rid of it. Because I really don't like guns and it freaked me out. But see here, look. He was just being a big fat snitch over nothing. Not a damn thing. It's just a bit of movie magic, sir. And you bit into the movie magic. And you got upset, son. And reported absolutely nothing. But you thought you did. And my officer knew the case was empty because he already came and took everything out of it. Because Cathy wanted it removed. But you see, all these churches, they're in on this together with Cathy and Lenard. Trying to get me. Because there was a lot of money involved. But watch, you'll see this. There's nothing in this thing but a empty gun case. See, nothing. And we'll pop these locks. Just so you can see, this thing was just locked, right? There's nothing removed. Oh wait, this thing's stuck. See, look, now it's unlocked. It's open. And the church reported an empty gun case, look. And said it had a gun in it, officer. They're both empty. There's no guns in there. They're just cases. There's a pair of shooting mittens. See, these are from Newfoundland. These are when I thought Cathy loved me. She gave me hunting mitten. But I don't hunt people. I work for the army, and I worked for the Canadian Dragoons when I was young, and I don't like hunting animals. Guns are for work. And like I said, there are cases in Legion's houses that you shouldn't poke your nose in. Okay? And things are not always what they seem. You see, things are not always what they seem. He actually thought that had a gun in it. See? And he reported it to the police and totally snitched on me, 81. You watching, 81? Big red machine, look at that. The snitch, and it wasn't even... See, they're empty. There's no gun in there. Tabernacle, et Quebec. Tabernacle. De Coles. Oh, see, that's churches, though. You see, they're not solid. Like, then, and if the Antichrist world government does come, do you think that Baptist church is going to help? You know, do you think that any of the churches in Canada are going to help? You know, when it comes to world government? And the New World Order and the Mark of the Beast and the Antichrist. You can all follow me, and you can write me at Danny1974 ackerman at gmail.com and send prepaid credit cards to support my work and for the resistance. As you can see, they were just big snitches over nothing. There wasn't even a gun in there. Oh my God, but you know what? Movie magic, man. See, you watching me, Haley? You watching me, Haley Pirog? Movie magic. You gotta make them think it's real, right, baby? That's what you do. Take one, take two, baby. You know it. So you see, I was just a take, and then it was just magic, and he bought the magic and ran to the police. Look at that. One big rat church. So there you go, people. I'm gonna send this to my lawyer now. And I have to upload it onto YouTube, and then we'll share it around the world. And so, I'm also going to sue Walmart because I was going in there and just using the free Wi-Fi to load these movies, right? And man, I was like, just walking around. I was smiling at people. I was nice to people because I was trying to be polite and get along with people while I loaded my films, right? But this is what Walmart did. Them and all their shoppers phoned my officers and complained that I was a pervert for loading my films, but I wasn't, and I've never been a pervert. I have never been a pervert. You want to see? I'll show you just to get this clear. I have a big criminal record inside prison because I killed a lot of sex offenders. Well, beat them up and stabbed them and all that stuff. But my record is not that long. We'll just see if I can find one of my security ones. So this is how dangerous I was. This is how dangerous I was. These are my security wrist files from when I was young. These are from the CSE. So we're going to look here and see if this has a copy of my actual record. It's not very long. This is like my institution record. But what we're looking for is just my criminal record. Because it's very short. So we'll just oh, here's where I actually robbed the bank. You see? Cooper Road. See, this is where I robbed the bank for my sister. I went to jail for 7 years because my sister said my father had raped her. And was going to kill her with all of his guns from his gun store. And I robbed this bank. I'm sorry about that, Royal Bank, but I robbed it just to go to jail. See right here, it's more about it. Just to go to jail to kill my dad for raping my sister. But in the end, we're pretty sure my sister lied about it. We still love my sister, but people tell lies. You see? So yeah, my criminal record is very short. It's just a few things here. Here's me when I was young in Kamloops. Let's see. I don't know if I can carry this stuff home because I'll have to like turn it into the police or something. Let's see. Might not be in this one. It might be in my case management file. This is more institution. See if I can find it. Is this a short little piece of paper? I'll look in the other ones because this is my security risk. And we'll check this one first. I might have a copy. Sometimes they do have it tacked in there. But you see, it's very short. It isn't very, very long. I mean, I haven't really, might be in my case management file. Let's see. I have a very short record. None of it's sexual. I've never sexually offended anyone. I usually like stab those kind of guys in jail and beat them up. But you know, one wrong move and people want to label you names, and that's the way it is. Maybe there's money for it. Oh, look at me when I was young. Boy, was I ever young there. There's all my height and weight and all that. Corrections Canada. Well, there's my judge that sentenced me in Kelowna, Judge Klinger. You know, when I loved Kelly when I was young, this whole bank robbery, really, this whole thing, it just screwed up our relationship so bad. I mean, this is where David Ling called me an informant on the side of the highway. People always label me stuff all my life for no bloody reason. So, David Ling, see, I got, so there it is, David Ling from Winfield, BC. He said I threatened to make bodily harm against him and all this when I actually didn't. He called me a police informant and a rat and all this on the side of the road. And they walked up to him and I said, "What the fuck's your problem?" And we got into a bit of a discussion, and then he ran to the police and ratted me out, and he was the rat. Pretty bad, eh, Big Red Machine? When you go through all the files and you find out, like, see, people don't understand. See, look here, Kelly was unaware of this stuff. But see here, people tortured me, and this is the stuff they said about you, Kelly, if you're watching. And I was in fights all the time because people were trying to threaten you, dear. So, you know, that's what got me in a lot of fights, was that you know, people didn't like you because you're a lawyer, and they didn't like me dating a lawyer because I was supposed to be a prisoner. But I'm the crown, so, you know, and I have a legion thing. I can date whoever wants to date me now. So if Kelly doesn't like me as a friend or anything, and some other lawyer wants to be my friend, that's fine, or girlfriend, or whatever happens in life. So this is easy. This was a long time ago in Kelowna. And I return now. Obviously, they want me back there because they're calling for me to come back to court. So there's my criminal record right here. It's very, very short, so it's not very big. You see, Judge Klinger, attempted robbery with a weapon, careless storage of a firearm, and assault causing bodily harm. And that's it. And then armed bank robbery. And then the ones for Leonard Mugford. And that's it, people. I also have assault of a peace officer where I got in a fight with guard in prison. But I have a very short record. None of it at all is sexual. So all of that's just baseless bullshit. Yeah, I wouldn't dare sexually assault anyone in my whole entire life. I would never start doing that ever. I beat people like that up. I could go into it and go into these files and show you every single sex offender that got me these 2 red files for like stabbing them and beating them with steel bars and punching them out in hallways and, you know, like homemade toothbrush shibs and tying them to your hand and stabbing the little child molester half to death. Yeah, that was me, girls. I'm sorry for those that wanted to claim a prize for me to be a hound, but I actually haven't been. I wouldn't be. That's just not my thing. If anything, I haven't had kids yet. For all those women who are watching out there who are within birthing age who like would like to be my girl, that's fine. I know. Write me on the Gmail and I love my wife Leona, but she doesn't mind because all the LGBT people, this is all going in your group, and all of you know that most of my wives have been bisexual all my life. I've had some straight wives, right? So Cathy was a straight wife, and she turned on me and had the whole Christian church turn on me, right? Every church here, every church in town, it just turned on me. You see, and that was just movie magic, LGBT, and they bit so hard that they called the cops and tried to get me arrested. My officer took me aside and said, "Damn, we searched those gun cases. There's nothing in there. Did you show him gun cases?" And I said, "Yes, but it was just to get him to join." And you see, not everybody is a solid guy out there, okay? Big Red Machine, those churches are not solid, so don't try to get saved there. Get saved here by me if you want to find out about God, and I'll do it for you still. But so those of you who are out there in the Christian community, see now, you see, it's all a bunch of lies and bullshit in the churches. It's all about your money. It's all about all the other shit. It's never about saving your soul or any other shit. It's just about how much fucking money they're going to get out of you. What are you worth to me? You see, that's all. So there you go. Now you all see. Now you all know, okay? I'm not some kind of weirdo, dude. I'm just born in the crown. And I got a couple of federals. And they don't want me back in a cage. They want their grandson out here with them. And for some reason, they want me home in Kelowna. Hopefully, Kelly and I will get along and be friends. Okay, people, Kelowna, just leave me and Kelly alone. I know you guys don't like Kelly at all. Everybody hates Kelly. But you know what? I love that lady. And if she wanted to be my friend, I would just be her friend. Okay? I don't need all of you and your opinion how much you hate her. Because I know you do because she's a lawyer. And you all hate fucking lawyers, every one of you. But you know what? I love lawyers. I love women with a big briefcase and a fancy suit and tie. You know that song? I want a girl with I want a girl with eyes of justice. I want a girl that stays up late. I want a girl with a short skirt and a long jacket. That's my kind of girl, okay? I like lawyers. Big deal. Deal with it, okay? Deal with it, man. Deal with it. I like women, okay? I'm not gay. You got that, LGBT males? You got that? I'm not a gay male. I'm a straight male. I'm not a bi male. I'm not interested at all. So back off. Leave me and my wives alone and let it be, okay? Just let it be. It's not your business. Please, just leave us alone, right? If you want to be our friend, our honest friend, that's fine. But please, don't try to get involved. Don't try to be gay with me. I'm not even in the least interested in you, okay? My wives are different. People don't understand. Do I have to make it clear that this is where my coloring comes from on the fridge? I haven't even had kids yet. This is where my coloring comes from on the fridge, where my kids scribble outside the lines. This is women are where my birthdays come from for my children. Okay, women are where women are my company. Okay, women are the company I keep. And these I'm a lot more dangerous than these than you could possibly imagine. Like, they've got me in here for using anthrax gas and wars and just like, oh man, they know, like millions of people are dead from war. because of the stuff I've done with them. And it's all in these files, and they know. It's all over in their files too. So there you go, folks. My women are bi, and I know that this town is marking me a pervert because my women are bi. Not all of them are bi, but a lot of them are. And this is going in the LGB website. You cannot just mark me a pervert because my women kiss each other. And I let him. Okay? I just got out of a relationship with a straight woman who turned me in for money with a church, and look at the whole town turned on me. But they're using the fact, LGBT, that my women are bisexual to call me a pervert. With like every child, everything. And it's not even close to true, man. Not even close, man. You got that big red machine. How many of you have a bi girlfriend? How many of you have a stripper for a girlfriend? I had a girl from Cheetahs in Kelowna that was from the Willow, and she was black. And when they found out that online that I had a stripper that was a girl who was interested in me, they freaked. I've never gone out with a stripper in my life. I go out with lawyers and doctors and things and nurses. You know, I'm going home to Kelowna, where I used to date the candy stripers when I was in high school, and pick them up on Friday night and take them roller skating and dancing and going to Scandia golfing games and playing games like any other teenager. I'm just a normal person. I don't know where you all think you get off that I'm sort of some giant predator. No, man. The only people that I've ever been involved with where people were killed were wars. I've never actually murdered anyone in my life. I've never raped anyone. I've never sexually assaulted anyone. I never touched anyone inappropriately, obviously. And I definitely have never actually murdered a single soul. Okay? What I did was in war with the government. Okay, so it all cleared up. I know Cathy and Lenard are passing around I'm a murderer, but haven't murdered a soul, Edson. Not a single person ever has been murdered. And if I have to in self-defense, I will kill someone if they're going to kill me. If they're not going to kill me, I'm not going to kill them. Is that clear? The Bible says, thou shalt not kill. Right? That's what it says. So I'm not trying to kill you. I don't know where that's all coming from. Okay? I haven't killed anyone. And I have to live alone because I can't live with... if I had some wives, I would be fine. I could live with those wives and have kids because that's what I want. There's nothing more than I want than a big farm somewhere with like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wives at least, all with children of mine, wandering around my fields and my farm, helping me grow my crops of whatever I'm growing, right? With my kids in their arms, dressed in hippie clothes. I mean, I couldn't be happier with that. Could you? Could you be happier than a bunch of hippie chicks running around, maybe topless, maybe French? You know, if I had French girls, they run around topless. They just do. It's part of their culture. When you read the Montreal Gazette, they just do. And I don't think this town could handle that. They probably flip right out. Yeah. But a lot of this here was the men too not wanting me in the town because I might get a girlfriend and take one of their women away. And it's Alberta. They don't like foreigners here. People from out of town. So you know what? I'm going to send this into my lawyers, Barbara Doker and the Disability Law Group. And I'm going to send this to Ottawa and send it around the world to everyone to see. Okay? So remember now, the general delivery box I won't be able to collect from for now. So if you want to write, just write the Danny1974 ackerman at gmail.com. Right there. And send me your message. And if I have time, I'll get back to you. Especially fan mail and stuff. If you want to help us out here, because look, I'm losing everything I own. All of this bed and everything, Alberta's taking it back. Okay, this was given to me from the government of Alberta from AISH. They know that their whole plan is to chase me out of town, chase me out of every storage locker, so I can't get my stuff back from the people of Edson. So they can take this bed on all my belongings that I can't take out with me. So they can take all this back because they figure it's theirs because the government of Alberta gave it to me because I'm handicapped. And they had to pay for it with their taxes, and they don't want to pay for people on AISH from the extremely disabled and handicapped. So part of their plan here is to throw me to the curb and take everything I own and leave me to die and don't care because I'm from British Columbia. And Albertans fucking hate people from BC and every other province because they want to separate and form their own country and fuck everybody else and fuck Canada and fuck BC and fuck Saskatoon, fuck every other province in Canada, fuck you all because we're Alberta, Alberta first, Alberta, Alberta, Alberta. So just keep that in mind. And they are not right wing; they are totally leftist. Like go through all the. If you were truly Christian, you'd know what I talked about, right? So just keep that in mind. They are not right wing, what they led on to be on that rebel news, right? So just keep that in mind. They're not what they say they are. So people, in Legion houses, what did we learn? For those that are watching, for those military and police houses, what did we learn? Things are not what they seem. It's none of your business what goes on in our houses. But I am just publicizing it for you all to see. And there are cases in our houses and weapons in our houses that are not for you to touch, Canada. Those are for national defense. A lot of us don't hunt. Okay? They got a big 303 Brit, but do you think they hunt deer? Fuck no, that deer didn't do shit to them. I mean, some of them do, but most of them don't. They can't. After years and years of shooting people for your safety, most of them can't. But you see, all of this stuff, they're going to steal back from me for themselves. And I'm going to go home to Kelowna and go homeless for a while until I get back on my feet with my cat. So I'm going to email this to my doctor, Dr. Hannon, Neil Hannon in Kelowna too, because he's my mental health doctor that treats my severe PTSD from watching people get murdered in prison, over 4,000 inmates. So yeah, I'm a really good guy to just like mess with. And I really needed it when I'm 83% handicapped to get chased out of a town because they're a bunch of leftist fucks who took money on my life. Okay? So there you go, Alex Jones. There's your right-wing Alberta. It's total bullshit.